Hey team, it's New Year's Eve, and that means that some of you are about to dive in a big way to your New Year fitness regimes, and a lot of those focus on fat loss. And a lot of that you think comes from smashing yourself in the gym and sweating out your problems. And that's not completely true. And also, while you do it, a lot of you are going to obsess over your calories, while maybe not fully having a handle on them. If your exercise calories were the main driver of fat loss, spin instructors would all be walking around at 5% body fat. And they're not. So, pub quiz time, guys. What is a calorie? Anybody? It's a unit of energy. It's often used to express the nutritional value of your food. It's equal to the heat energy that's needed to raise the temperature of 1 kilogram of water by 1 degree. Today we're going to get you clued up on calories, how they relate to your exercise, and that there might be a simpler way than obsessing over them. So the first part of this pie chart that shows your total daily energy expenditure, and the larger part here is your base metabolic rate. This is the energy your body burns just by staying alive. Breathing, thinking, digesting, hating your boss, mocking Bruno Fernandes, and yes, stressing about calories while scrolling social media. All the things we do in a day. For most people, 60 to 70% of daily calorie burn comes from your BMR, which means you burn far more calories existing than you're ever going to do in the gym. And here's one of the bits people skip past when they're choosing their method of training. And they go for that quick calorie burn and they focus massively on their cardio output. Muscle increases your BMR, which means more muscle makes your body cost a little bit more to run in calorie terms. It's like upgrading from a hatchback to a V8. Lovely, but your fuel consumption goes up. That's why resistance training is going to help you with weight management, blood sugar control, diabetes prevention, bone density, if you've been sucked into taking a medication recently that maybe compromises your bone density, injury resilience, longevity, making sure that you don't feel 90 when you're 45. Muscle is metabolically active. Fat is kind of more like a storage unit that never allows you to throw anything away. The next largest part of the pie is NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. This is all the movement that you do outside of the gym. Walking, standing, taking the stairs, pacing back and forth exasperated over nothing. Basically, moving like a human rather than a decorative cushion. And a lot of the time, when people start to look at their NEAT, they start to obsess over their 10,000 steps. And I remember looking at that a little while ago in an Instagram Ask Me Anything. So this is a really interesting question, guys. Your 10,000 step target came from some public health messaging from the World Health Organization. And they would never lie, would they? Anyway, it roughly equals 400 to 500 calories a day for most people. But here's the reality. You may not actually need your 10,000 steps. What you require in terms of your steps or your NEAT output is going to depend on your body size, your training volume, calorie intake, lifestyle, whether you sit down for a living. If you come up short one day, then you might kind of think you have a little bit of a debt to pay in terms of calories burned. And if you really want to make that up, you could climb some stairs, do a 10-minute YouTube workout, swing a kettlebell, move with a bit of intent for the movement that you're actually doing. Or you could actually not sweat it and just look at your weekly average, because maybe you're going to be well over on the other days and it'll balance out. So don't stress about one chaotic day when life happened. Fitness doesn't collapse just because of a busy Tuesday. The next bit of the pie chart, guys, is your TEF, the thermic effect of food. This is the energy your body uses just to process what you're eating. Protein is your big overachiever here. Roughly, protein is going to burn 20 to 30% of its calories just digesting. Carbs do about 5 to 10%. Fats burn almost nothing. Sufficient, but not helpful. So higher protein diets are going to slightly increase your calorie burn. They're going to keep you fuller for longer. They're going to support muscle retention. And it's usually going to involve food that didn't come in shiny packaging. Protein won't save a terrible diet, but it's the hardest working macronutrient by a long way. Finally, team, because you're itching to get in the gym, your exercise calories. Now, exercise, sure, it's going to burn calories, but doesn't give you immunity from cheesecake, unfortunately. A good gym session might burn 300 to 500 calories, which is great until you accidentally undo it by a deserved coffee and a snack on the way home, or even worse, you undo it on the way in before you even set foot in the gym with an energy drink, which you needed about as much as tits on a fish. Some of you right now have got ahead of yourselves, and you're thinking, well, if I've burned all of these calories through my BMR and my NEAT, and I've lost all of this fat, then I don't need to exercise. And a lot of people take the approach that exercise is some sort of punishment, and they want to do as little as possible of it while they're still getting a result. And sure, you can change your body shape without exercising, but you're going to get a much more pleasing result if you do. And we don't just exercise to burn calories. We do it because it builds muscle. It improves our insulin sensitivity, strengthens our heart. It improves our mental health. It boosts confidence, grows our social circle. Teaches us the value of doing hard things. Teaches us to do cool things that maybe we thought we couldn't do. It makes your daily life easier, and it allows you to age without falling apart. So train for performance and health, and let fat loss be a happy side effect and not an obsession. Which leads us on to your brand new watch. Useful? Yes. Accurate? Sometimes, but it's all guesswork. So is it an all-knowing fitness deity? Absolutely not, guys. Sure, you can track your steps and your calories, and it's useful, but it's also useful to pay attention to the trends in your weight, your energy levels, how your training's going, how you're recovering, what's your mood like, how's your libido, how do your clothes fit. If all of those, most of those, are moving in the right direction, then you're doing more right than wrong, even if your watch tells you that you've failed. So let's build some muscle, eat some protein, move daily, train with a purpose, and not let a little computer on our wrist bully us. And that's it. Easy.